Alrighty, as you can see in front of us here, we got a CZ box. Um, this is the first CZ I've actually had my hands on. So this is a CZ P-07. This is the polymer, their newest foray into polymer here. That's the big thing with service pistols for the past while, actually. So we got our 5-minute first impression. We'll start that right now. All right, so simple box, nothing crazy. Why is this box not opening up nicely? There we go. Okay, started off with a little challenge with a box. So we got it open. We got a cleaning brush and rod, our extra rear back straps here, extra hardware, 2 magazines, the pistol itself, our manual, our lock, everything that you normally expect to see in your pistol case. So, upon first getting in the hands, I like it. It feels really nice. Let's just grab a mag, see the mag in there. The magazines, with the exception of the witness holes around the back, almost looks identical to my M&P magazines. Very, very close. I don't have one right next to us to compare it, but very similar to an M&P magazine there. Magazine seats just fine. We've got a standard magazine release. I'm not sure off the top of my head if it's ambidextrous, or rather if we can switch it to the left side. I'm sure we can. That's pretty much a standard feature and everything now. The grip texture feels pretty nice. A little bit on the front, nothing wild. A little bit on the back, it's really nothing wild. What I really like is the texture on the frame up top for that index point for your trigger finger, as well as your thumb on your support hand there. So that texture coming already in place there on the frame, excellent. A lot of people will stipple their frame with a soldering iron or put grip tape or anything else on those 2 points, but with this you don't have to do that, so that's fantastic. Hammer fired, okay, not a non-striker fired polymer pistol. We have our decocking lever, okay, right here. So you saw how that worked. So decocking without firing. Okay. Our slide release up here. Okay, that big lever there. First feeling on it, it's a little bit of a reaching past that slide lock lever. But, if you got that other hand up there, it's an easy release there. It is not ambidextrous there. We have an ambidextrous decocker, but not takedown lever / slide release. So one of the cool things about the CZ pistols is the slide is recessed into the frame. So instead of the frame kind of gripping, instead of the slide gripping over the frame, we have the frame gripping the slide. So it's kind of reversed. Now, why that's cool is it gets the bore axis much lower. So the bore axis, here's our barrel at the end. We're obviously clear. Yes, I just put my finger in front of it. It's fresh out of the box. So bore axis drawing a straight line back here over that wrist. The lower that line is to your wrist, the better recoil management you're going to have. So when you have a really tall pistol, it's going to be really snappy every time you fire it. So the CZs are really cool that way, that they get a really low bore axis. So you can see how that rests inside the frame as opposed to the slide gripping the outside. So it's just reversed. So that's a really cool feature on all their pistols. I like that a lot. The slide also, we have our grip up front, okay, as well as in the rear. That's a nice feature too. Some people like to do their chamber checks that way, or they're racking the slide any number of different ways. Basically, more and more manufacturers are putting the features into the gun that people modify them from the get-go. So let's talk trigger pull real quick. We don't have much longer. We're clear. So now we got that hammer's already back. We got that take up and very crisp, nice. Now let's go for that double. There's the reset. Long, heavy pull now. Let's do that single action again, like it, oops, would be normally. So we got that take up, crisp. Now let's get the reset on the single action. About half the distance of the double action reset. Then I got some take up, hit the wall. It's nice. Nothing wild, but definitely nice. Let's see here. We're right at 5 minutes right now. I just want to do a quick field strip takedown, just for those who might be curious how this works with this gun. Again, we're clear. So what we actually have to do, we may not be able to see it. Okay, we can see that notch right there, and then in between the grips right there. So we have to line those up. Okay, I'm actually going to flip it around. So we're going to line those up. I'm going to look at the other side because we have to push right here. It says in the manual, or what people do, use the end of the corner of your magazine to push that takedown lever out. Okay, and I still have that pulled back in place. We take our takedown lever out, release that, pull that trigger, and we're field stripped. We have our frame. The slide is just like most polymer frame striker fired pistols you'd expect to see, except it's hammer fired. Guide rod and spring, barrel in there. That's basically it. So putting it back together again, we can see the slide going into the frame. Okay, now what we got to do, just reverse that. We get the takedown lever in, you got to line all that up. Now pull back, line up those notches. Clicked into place there. And we're back together and ready to go. Okay, so this has been the CZ P-07 in 9mm. Black, they come in flat dark earth, I'm pretty sure too. Again, first CZ I've had in my hand. I like it. I'm, as we've seen in many videos, partial to anything that's actually American as opposed to foreign companies. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with this. These are extremely popular. I just have a preference for American-made products. Simple as that. So that's the CZ P-07 again. First impression, just went a couple minutes over, not that wild. Definitely give it 2 thumbs up. So as usual, if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them below in the comments or email me directly. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.